My social issue that I chose to talk about was bullying, specifically cyberbullying, but I think that bullying applies to kind of everything. It is one of the biggest social issues in our society, especially in our youth, and I think it has been for a while now. Um, it is, the main cause of suicide, of, violence, of anything. A lot of the problems that are coming from our young society is from bullying. And so I chose to organizations that I really think have gone the extra mile to spread awareness and to make this really known to people and make it them aware of how they can help others and then how we can help ourselves as well, especially in such a serious matter that can affect people in their lives. The first organization that I really wanted to talk about was called Challenge Day. It's a nonprofit organization that helps people connect and make them aware of bullying and how we should be working as equals. They do this in their programs through schools, businesses, and even communities. So, how they do this is they use energetic activities to provide not only teens but also adults with tools to kind of break down those walls of separation and isolation, kind of making them step out of their comfort zone and, really look, and it kind of makes them take a look at, oh, how we do place these stereotypes and these labels on people. So they use all this and they take it and they replace it with things like compassion and equality, and they try and get us to really work with each other. This program is about 6.5 hours and it takes place in a gym, an assembly room, or a large conference room. And they separate it into two parts kind of. So in the morning, they have volunteers called challenge leaders, which I think is also really cool because you can volunteer to be a part of this amazing program and help others, especially if you've experienced it yourself or you've seen it and haven't done anything about it and you decide you want to take a stand. I think that's awesome. So these challenge leaders, they use music and games to make the participants, so the students or the employees, to really step out of their comfort zone. And this kind of makes them recognize the stereotypes and the labels that we place among each other. And then in the afternoon, the students or the employees, the participants, examine the impact on bullying, oppression, the other forms of violence, and how these impact their lives and the lives of the people around them. A really popular tech exercise they use is called crossline. So they basically just use use different methods to make you kind of step out of your comfort zone and talk to these other people and trust these other people in a sense. And so you can just look past like what's on the outside and really kind of get into what's on the inside. um, they've held challenge days in any kind of setting you think of, from private events to public events to police officers to prisoners to community organizations, private schools, public schools, anything. They've even also gone to communities that experience high degrees in trauma and bullying and violence and poverty, which I think is amazing because a lot of programs are just school programs. And while I do think that is super effective and I think that is a major way to connect to our youth, I don't think that it is the only way. I think that, going out and campaigning is a great way, going on events. But this challenge day creates their goal is to create an emotional safety for people to express their real feelings and to feel comfortable in doing so. And I think another thing that's amazing that they do is when they talk to these group of kids or these group of people, and they kind of really pay attention. So what they do is when other students or people need that extra help, like some people take away from it and are, totally encouraged, like, wow, I'm aware, or like, I understand. But, some people need that extra, like, oh, I need you to help me. So what they do is they kind of identify with these people, and then they give them like a follow-up counseling, which I think is awesome because a lot of the times when you're sitting in a huge group of people, like, it can definitely get out. It's a great way to spread awareness, but some people need that extra one on one. They need that I need help, but they don't want to say anything about it. Or I want to help someone, but I don't want to say anything about it. Stuff like that. So I think that's a huge way of spreading and getting this awareness around because it's awesome. Um, so I think, and so another big organization that has been crazy successful with helping bullying is Stomp Bullying. It's an organization that not only goes to schools, but it hosts events. It has fundraisers. It has videos, it has blogs, it even has online chat. So a huge thing that I think is very helpful is that they have an online chat and they have volunteers and employees that are on this chat that is open all the time, and people can go on it and talk to other people like about their situation and how they need help, and these people talk back to them. And I think it said it saved over about 1,000 lives in counting. So that's alone is just awesome to have that chat, because sometimes you feel very alone and you feel like you can't talk to other people. So having that, even though it might be a stranger, you're having someone to talk to, and that's awesome. I think that's really helpful. They also do campaigns. They have types for different types for the LGBT community, for bullying, for anything. They have fundraisers and like fun events that people can go to raise awareness and fundraise towards these people. They also do a series of videos that have been very, very popular, like on YouTube, and they've been even shown on the news, on Dr. Oz, things like that. And they basically just talk about other people's stories and how, they've been bullied, how they have dealt with it, how they've been helped with it, and how they're helping others, and how we can help others. So I think that's really cool to hear from all different sorts of people, their view and their story. And I think that's a great way to spread awareness. They also do really cool fun events like the Jets games. They did a fundraiser for that. They speak at festivals. They do also go to schools and speak to schools. I think that's just awesome. And they have their own media. They have their own media day. So like they have a Wednesday where it's like block it out day, where you just block out the media. You just block out everything about it, and you just focus on yourself and your friends and everything like that. But they have a blog where it basically they tell different stories like they do in their videos, as well, speaking about how we can do it and the events that we can go to and who they've helped. And they've helped a crazy amount of people, kids, especially teens, from committing suicide, which I think is great. Um, Crowley kind of says sometimes people resort to harassment and other than just rhetoric and peace and equal and like talking to each other, and they just when other people's beliefs and normalities are being questioned and challenged, I think that's very easily for them to bully someone else and think, oh, because you don't see this as me, that you don't see this as normal, then I'm going to tell you you're not normal. And sometimes we bully without even recognizing it. So I think these two organizations are definitely the best best ones out there that can contribute to really showing out how cyberbullying affects us.